Hello everybody and welcome back to Just a Girl and Her Knitting. My name is Heather and you can find me on Instagram, Ravelry, and the internets as Just a Girl and Her Knitting. Also, I will post my main account. I won't say it out loud, but I will write it down in the little box below. Today is January 1st, 2026, and I decided that I would come on here and I have some time to talk to you about finished objects, my whips, and my plans for the new year. What was I going? I had something I was going to say. I want a possible giveaway. I'll talk about that. We'll discuss that later. My thoughts on it. If you saw in my last video, which was it Christmas Eve, I think, I managed to get all of my Advent socks completed, all 7 pairs. That was exciting. That's 7 pairs of socks that I managed to get done and sent away and given away, so that was really exciting. What else do I usually say? Where you can find me. I try to post what projects I'm working on down below, yarns if I can remember them. I think that's it. It's quiet here today. The big kids, one's at work, one's at a friend's house. The baby went with Dad for a little bit, and so I'm all alone, so I thought, let's get this done. Get this over and done with. I'm kind of enjoying the shorter videos every week. Might continue that through at least try through the, going forward, but we'll see. All right, I guess let's just jump in. I do have one finished object, and as you remember, as part of my bag of whips, or all of my whips, I had sock tubes pre-cranked and ready to go in my pickle bag by Ginger Snap That Fibers. Oh wait, wrong side, sorry. Ginger Snap That Fibers. This is a flannel bag. In it was this sock tube. I had only a cuff completed, and it was one long tube. I cranked this on my Erlbacher Speedster circular sock knitting machine on my 72 stitch cylinder. These are for my husband, and these are from my January Yarnable Club box that I was getting. I canceled that, so I'm not getting any yarn sent to me anymore. No subscriptions, no mystery clubs, anything like that. It was called Cupid's Bow, and it's from February of 2025. I pulled it up on my iPad so I could tell you the colorway, because I don't know where my tag is. It's isn't it 80, 20? It's either 80, 20 or 75, 25. I cannot remember. And then the contrast color is Alorna's Laces. Was not the biggest fan of knitting the contrast. It was very slippery on my knitting needles. I used my Chiaogu interchangeable tiny sock set. These are the 4-inch tips, and it's US size 1, 2.25 millimeter. So I've talked about this a million times because this is lately how I've been knitting my socks. I crank a long tube. I add the cuff, the toe, measure, and then cut it in the heel. We have 2. They do match. And these are for my husband. He wears a size 14, men's size 14. So, then on this pair, I counted 20 rows, 24 rows, put in my needles, ripped out. So I used the same yarn, and then I just used the contrast for the heel. And these are the Cupid's Bow Yarnable colorway for 2025, February of 2025. It's a really pretty color. I do like it a lot. And her dye style, you can tell that it was kind of like this. So this is what the tube would have looked like. You can tell that the color, like the speckling and everything, started out strong here and got lighter here. But that's okay. I like them. He likes them. He hasn't seen them. He'll like them. He might see them. He might have noticed I was working on them, but I don't think he knows that they're for him. I just knit socks, and then I give them to him at the end of the year. He was really surprised. My husband, was really surprised on Christmas when I gave him his box of socks that I had made. He didn't realize I had gotten as many done as I did, because, you know, he's like, I didn't think you were able to knit that much. And I was like, yeah, I did. I got a lot of it done recently, but, you know, I knit when I can. So this is my only finished object, which are socks. So I'd worked on those during work, like in between breaks, and letting things download and system outages. We've been having a lot of those lately. So then my next one that I'm going to get on the needles is going to be this sock tube. This is also a Yarnable, my Yarnable sock yarn. I think it's a 75/25. And this one is from March of 2025. It's called Wings of Renewal. So same thing. I'm gonna do my cuffs, split it, do my toes, and then add in a heel. So these will be my next ones I work on. And then a new project that I decided to I said no new projects, but I have a new project. Which it is what it is. So for Christmas, I got a 60 stitch cylinder for my circular sock knitting machine. And I wanted to use it. And so one of the things I did was I had some hand spun yarn that I had spun up and 3-plied or chain plied, and it gave me a 3-ply. And I had tried using my 64 and I loosened the tension quite a bit and it wasn't working. So I was like, well, maybe it needs a 64. Could possibly, or the 60, not 64. Or it could possibly need a 56 because the spaces are a little wider. And I would say this is sport, fingering to sport. It's thicker in some places because it's one of my very first hand spuns. But so I went ahead and I put it on my machine and I cranked it. So I don't know the yarn. This was a or I guess I don't know the fiber content. This was a Paradise Fibers spinning subscription I had for years, and then after the fire I just went ahead and canceled because I was like, I have so much fiber and I don't have enough time to spin as much. So I went ahead and I just canceled it. But I had dyed something one day. I don't remember exactly what I was dyeing, but I had some extra water and the water was ready, and I was like, oh, well, let me just put this in. It's a sock yarn. I know that much. It's really cool. I do like how the colors came out. So anyways, I dyed it with the residual. It's like a green, maybe an evergreen color. I don't know. I think I was dyeing something for my son's friend and I was knitting a hat for her. Either way. So I've had this, I have gotten it spun up and I had it just sitting there. So I thought, well, we're going to just go ahead and crank it. Coned it up. So I did a 2x2 rib for 10 rounds this is all that was left, so you can see kind of, maybe. This isn't the best part because this is the end. But we're gonna put a cuff on this end, then I'll separate it. And then I decided I'm gonna use this yarn right here, this Patton's sock, Croy sock, in the colorway Gentry Gray for heels and toes. I think this will look good. So this is one I'm working on. I'm knitting the cuffs on a US size 2. These are my Haya Sharps. I don't know if you can, I don't even know where it went. Oh, there it is. The US size 2, it's hard to see. And then for the toes and heels, I'm going to use a 1.5. I think a 1 was too small, so I'm going to go 1.5. And then I just started on my US size 1. This is a test knit, a baby test knit, so it won't take me very long to do. And this is out of a Yarnable colorway, old color, stash yarn, a scrap. Just cast on and started. This is 10 rounds, 1x1 ribbing, and it's going to be a pair of textured socks for the baby. I'm knitting the 6 to 12 month size, hoping that I'll have these done today. We'll see. We'll see. Because my other project that I'm working on, and I have been diligently working on it because I want it done. I want to finish it. So this was part of my, you know, finisher frog. And in my no problem llama, you guys can see, no problem llama bag that my friend got me. She got this at like a market type of thing in our area, like a farmer's market type of thing. I have my Handspun Radio Lover shawl. And so it starts down here with an I cord, and then you increase, and as you're increasing, you're putting in these different colors, and these are all hand spun. I'll show you each of them, and they all go in at different spots. And then you do a solid color, and then you are supposed to continue making it wider basically until you run out of yarn, and then binding off. So it would look something like this. It'd be an asymmetrical shawl. I wanted to use up as much of my yarn as I had because it's hand spun, and I got probably to here and realized I was running out of the white because the white, there's 3 rows of white in between each of the color stripes. So I switched my plans. Sorry about that, I'm back. Where was I? Oh, so it's supposed to be like this, just knit until you run out basically. I was running out of white, so I opted to switch. I think I need to move back more so you can actually see the whole thing. I'm so close to being done and I'm tangled. So, and this is knit on a US size 7 4.5 millimeter needle, and I think these are knit picks. I'm not sure. So what I've done is I've taken all the stripes in the white, and I'm doing a white stripe in the middle and 3 rows of each of the colors. I have a ton of ends to weave in. And there's an I cord, and this is where I'm at. This is what I have left. I was trying so hard to finish it last night, and the baby wasn't sleeping well. She's sick, and so I had to stop. I stopped there. So hopefully this will get finished and I can weave in all the ends, but I don't know if I can get without standing up. But here it is in all of its Handspun Glory. It's quite large. So this has been fun. I think it's gonna be super duper warm when it's done. I'm gonna block it, weave in all the ends. And I think it will be my downstairs shawl to put on when I'm cold. So don't know any of the yarn bases, don't know any of the colors, but here's this really pretty silvery blue. It's like an ice blue kind of. Here's my white, which I think I'm all done with. This is a Shetland, I know that. This is a purple that I ended up pulling out of, well, I found it. I decided to switch over to use it because I ran out of one of the colors. This one reminds me of like Toxic Sludge. It's really soft though. If I ran out of any other colors before I got to the end, this was also a backup. Here's a purple. It's kind of, I think this was a Halloween one. It's got some flecks of orange and purples and stuff. Here's this gold. The gold I think was my favorite. This purple is one of my favorites too. I don't know how much I'm gonna have left. Here's this red. It's like fall vibes. Another red. This one kind of reminds me of Clown Barf. Just a circus tent. Clowns and circus tent. I think that might have been close to what that one was. And then this is the color I'm using, that I'm currently using right now, that I have to do my 3 rows. Let me wrap this up. The outside came off. So it's green. And I think that's all of them that are on this. I did find another backup if I needed, but I think I'm gonna be good on all of it. So I just have just a few more rows to go, and then I am 100% finished with this one. And it's so exciting. I started it. So these socks I started January or February of this year. I cranked the sock tube and I finished them, I think yesterday. Yeah, yesterday, because I was in a mad dash to get them finished before the end of the year. And then, let me see. And then pulling it up in Ravelry to see when I started my Handspun Radio Lover. I don't know why I always say Radio Flyer. Probably because we bought the baby a Radio Flyer toy, and so it's just stuck in my head. So I didn't knit very many projects. I haven't done my count because I haven't been putting them in Ravelry. So I think that's going to be one of my projects later today, is just to sit down, take photos, see where I'm at, what I've gotten finished, and do my count. I know I finished 18 dishcloths. That I do know. That I remember. I want to say I started it in 2023. Patterns. Oh, here we go. I started it January 27th of 2023. The Radio Lover by Sarah Roberts. That's the name of the designer. So I started in January 27th of 2023. I will hopefully have this finished finally January 2nd of 2026. That's my goal. January 2nd. That's with all the ends woven in, blocked, and everything. So, yay. So those are my finished objects. And my whips. So I'm really enjoying working on just one project. I'm focusing all my afternoon time on it, after work and after dinner, before bath time. 30 minutes or so. It's like a 30 minutes about is what I get to work on it. But it's been really fun. I'll have to decide what will be my next whip that I want to work on. I haven't decided that yet. I want to get this finished and then I'll reevaluate what I have to work on. I will be frogging, I think, the ranunculus and the pink test knit with the lace sleeves because I am not happy with the fit of that. So we will maybe, so I'll be frogging those for sure, and then I'll come up with something new to knit later. But I just need to decide what is going to be my next project to focus on. Do I want to work on a blanket or do I want to try to knock out another sweater? I'm not sure, but we will figure it out together. And then, so my thoughts on a gift away, because, you know, the algorithm or YouTube doesn't like the other word. So something I was thinking is, and I would love to hear from you guys that watch and have subscribed and stuff. I was thinking about getting a yarn from my local yarn store that's local, like a local dyer, a sock yarn, maybe a sock set. And I thought about if whoever wins it, I could crank a tube for them. I mean, if you just wanted the yarn the way it is, that's perfectly fine too. I would give it to you, send it away. Or I could crank a sock tube of your preference. So I have a 60, 64, and a 72 stitch cylinder. I would love to do that as a gift for you guys, for putting up with me and watching me and, you know, hopefully having fun, enjoying some of my projects. Just let me know what you think down below. I think we're gonna try to go to a local yarn store this weekend. We got a new one has opened up near us, and I would like to go there. We have a few new ones, so let me know what your guys' thoughts are on that. I would like to give away 1 to 2 skeins of sock yarn. I thought about doing a fingering weight and a DK weight and doing the same thing. So I could crank the DK weight, give it away, and I could crank the fingering weight, the same thing too. Just let me know what you guys think. Other than that, my plans going into the new year is work on my whips, keep plugging along on using up my stash. I would like to get back into spinning, really get back into spinning. I have a lot of fiber out at the lake that I need to process and get spun up. That's something that I really want to do. And then I sit down with the oldest and work with her on her crochet. I think once she gets the hang of crochet, I think I want to make something with her so she's not feeling, so we can do it together, we can learn together. But I think we need to make something simple first. like maybe a dishcloth or something, just so she gets the hang of the process of making it. Sorry, my computer is being stupid. Get the hang of like making something, because she's never crocheted before. She's knit, but she's never crocheted. So, and I know crocheting is a little bit, to me it's harder. Other people say it's easier. But I would like to do that. And then just keep working through what I have, projects that are already started, sock tubes, things like that. Keep cranking for people through my Etsy shop, which has been a lot of fun. I've gotten to but I've communicated with some people who I've been having really fun conversations with about the process and how it's easier now for them to knit socks for their family, especially around the holiday season. Because one person that I just recently cranked socks for, she loves to make socks, but the men in her life have big feet, and this is the way that she's able to get those socks for them for the holidays. So that's been a really, really fun conversation that we've been having. And then I would like to work on that. I think I'm gonna get another cylinder, a 56 stitch cylinder, 56 or 54, I don't remember which one it is on the Erlbacher website. And then I would really like to figure out how to use my river. That is also something that I really want to figure out, because I have no clue. But so keep working on my whips, keep busting through my stash, because I have a lot of yarn. Get to spinning. I want to try to start spinning more fiber, because I have a big fiber stash, and then the process my fiber that's out at the lake, get it spun up, and then yeah, I think that's it. I feel like I'm rambling now because I feel like I've repeated this stuff. Cranking more socks for people. What else? Yeah, I don't remember what we were talking about. So, anyways, happy New Year's, and let me know about my little gift away idea. Let me know what you guys think about it. If it's something that you are interested in. Well, happy New Year. Happy crafting, whatever craft it is that you do. Have fun with it. Shouldn't be stressful, and I need to tell myself that on a regular basis. It doesn't need to be stressful. It's just knitting or spinning. You can rip it out. You can't rip out spinning, but you can always, do something with it. A lot of my not so good spinning ends up in my flower beds as mulch. It happens. Or when I felt my fleeces, it happens. It happens. Would you guys like to see my process on when I'm processing fleece? It's pretty simple. It's just a big old bucket and my skirting table my husband bought me. I do have a picker now. I don't think I told you guys that. I have a picker. Bought it for $50 at a yarn festival. It was really exciting. Oh, we do have a yarn festival coming up. January 17th, and up in Green Bluff, we have I think my local spinners put one together. I'm gonna ask my mother-in-law if she wants to go. It's right before the baby's birthday, but I thought maybe we could go up and spend some time up there, take the baby, because the ladies like the baby. So we have that going on, and then we have Cabin Fever spinning in March, which we will go to. My husband doesn't know that yet, but we're going. We will be there. We're always there. So, all right, guys, I rambled. I don't know where I'm at. I might have to edit some of this stuff out. I will talk to you guys later. Let me know down below. Thank you for coming back and visiting with me. I hope you guys have a happy new year and happy crafting. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.